There is no Messiah in the Old Testament before 595 BCE. You've probably heard the term Messiah before, how the Bible prophesies about a coming Messiah who would free Israel and unite the world. You might have heard that King David or Moses wrote about the Messiah. Well, that concept didn't exist when Moses or King David was alive. The concept of the Messiah came about in the 6th century BCE when Israel went into Babylonian captivity. What are Jehoiachin's rations tablets, and what do they tell us about how the concept of the Messiah came about? Who was Jehoiachin? Jehoiachin was a king of Judah who was taken captive by the Babylonians when they conquered Jerusalem. He was exiled to Babylon, where he lived for many years. What are the tablets? The rations tablets are ancient records that show how much food and supplies were given to Jehoiachin while he was in Babylon. They were discovered by archaeologists and date back to the time of his captivity. Why are they important? Evidence of royalty. The fact that Jehoiachin was still receiving rations means that the Babylonians recognized him as a king, even while he was in exile. This shows that there was still a connection to the Davidic line, the royal family of Judah, during this time. Hope for restoration. Because Jehoiachin was a descendant of King David, Jewish people in exile would have held onto the hope that one day a king from David's line would return and restore their nation. This hope is a key part of the messianic idea. Connecting to the Messiah concept. Longing for a leader. Since Jehoiachin was a king, his existence in Babylon kept the idea of a Davidic ruler alive. The Jewish people would have been thinking, if Jehoiachin is still alive, maybe one day he or someone like him will come back and lead us again. Over time, this hope transformed into a more defined concept of the Messiah, a future king who would not only restore political power, but also bring peace and righteousness. This idea grew stronger during the exile because the people were longing for a savior who would rescue them from their difficult situation. 500 years after captivity, a new interpretative method was created called Pesher. Pesher means to interpret. Writers used this method to reinterpret Old Testament prophecies that had nothing to do with a Messiah and then make it messianic. And this is how people began to read the concept of Messiah into the Old Testament. Narrator at 1.0x. If you found this fascinating, you'll love our books that talk about this in more detail. Secrets of the Bible. Visit the link in my TikTok or YouTube profile to get your copy. Use the discount code FACT for a special bundle offer. Dive deeper into the mysteries and secrets of the Bible today.